You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 boots. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the link, Anthony Mace. We create the logo with those headspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine the Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's good? What's good? What's good? Knicks Real Talk post game. I'm in the building. This your man, Divine. Salute to everybody, man. We're gonna break down the Knicks post game today, man. From that hard, gritty fight last night up in Toronto. We're gonna talk about that, man. Get into that 112-108 victory where the Knicks came out there and played hard, bought everything, left it all on the floor. Played for 48 minutes and they got it popping. That was what it is, man. That was a good game last night. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Cash out. My James, my brother, salute to you. Nick friend, let's go. Salute to you. But yeah, we want to get into it tonight, man. Hope everybody doing well tonight. Beautiful Saturday, man. Wherever you at, man. You're out there doing what you do. Or you're here with Knicks Real Talk. We know we appreciate you coming in the building. Salute to my man, Shop Powers. He's out and about. Hopefully he get in later. If not, I'm gonna hold it down for a while tonight, man. But let's talk about it, man. Like we talked about in the post, coming to pregame yesterday. A lot of stuff that we talked about came into fruition. Knicks went up in Toronto, seeking revenge, the big payback. They went up there and got it popping, man. They really did, man. Them cats was gritty last night. And that was a big win for the New York Knicks last night. You know, believe it or not, man, that was a really big win for the Knicks last night. And I think we talked about that earlier in the pregame, man, is that you win that game, go up in Toronto, get on a 4-game winning streak. But I just think it was pivotal for us to win that game, and it really worked out well for us. So we still sitting in the 6th spot, 22-18, looking pretty good, man. Everything. So you know, the cats had it buzzing. Like Cash Out said, Julius Randle was on fire last night. And at first had Jalen Brunson, the closer. Julius Randle opens it up, he closes. A lot of key contributions from Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Mitchell Robinson with a monster game, 10-18. Deuce McBride looked like Westchester. Deuce for a minute there, knocking down a couple of threes here and there, man. It was all good, man. It really was. It was a gutsy win by the New York Knicks last night, ladies and gentlemen. I can't emphasize that enough. That was a gutsy performance for the New York Knicks. And they went out there and showed and proved. Tom Thibodeau got his 100th victory as a New York Knicks coach. You know, that's amazing as well. So overall, it was a really, really good game, really good battle. What I was really more happy about the most is that even when we thought Van Vliet was kind of trying to get in his bag, Jalen Brunson said, "Nah, I'm that dude too." And Jalen Brunson went out there, dropped 26. He had that thing going, man. So I'm so happy with that acquisition to the New York Knicks. It's unbelievable. So, you know, overall, it was a good performance, man. It was a really good performance. Still no R.J. Barrett, still no Obi Toppin. And the Knicks managed to take that bench and that starting lineup, even with Fournier coming in there and contribute, playing some quality minutes. I think it was a good call for the Knicks last night. So you kind of got to be thrilled with down last night out there in Toronto, man. They played hard last night, man. That's what I thought it was going to be. And I thought somebody in the chat called this score almost 100%. If you recall, I thought it might have been Fabian. Somebody put this exact score up there, unless I'm off by a point here or there. But it was dope, though. It was a dope game, man. They cats was out there. Listen. Julius Randle came out there letting you know I'm a true all-star. If you think this 2020-21 was a fluke, then guess again, because I'm doing it again, so it wasn't a fluke. Julius Randle was putting up is in his bag, his mind is right, his game is right. Salute to Julius Randle, man. And like I said, you can't say enough about acquisition of Jalen Brunson. I mean, he's worthy, brother. He is worthy. No matter what nobody would say, he is worthy. And that's real talk. And he was out there doing his thing. He's worthy of that point guard spot in New York. So salute to Jalen Brunson doing his thing. Like I said, salute to Pudge. Nice. Pudge was popping. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. And salute to everybody where you streaming in from. Thank you for coming in tonight with Knicks Real Talk post game. It's the recap, man. I got the sun up there. I apologize for that. That unfortunate error there. It's the Knicks and Toronto Raptors. I didn't change it. I apologize. But yeah, man, it was a really gutsy performance by the New York Knicks. I can't say enough, man. Them cats went out there and did their thing, man, and that was a really gutsy win, like I said. So it's a lot of flowers to give out. Last night's game, a lot of flowers to give out. You pretty much can give it to the whole team. Even though a lot of starters was in the minus, but the way they played, it make you feel like they was in the plus, but not by much though. So I'll get into all that and break it down in a few minutes, man. We go over some of the scoring and the grades and get a highlight in there. But we move on to Monday, man. The Milwaukee Bucks going to be in MSG. Big game with Giannis coming in the building. Charlotte gave them the business the other day, destroyed them. So we don't know what's going on there, but hopefully it can continue. We go in there Monday and get these cats the business, get them 5 wins in a row, get them 5 wins we lost back, move to 23-18. It should be a fun game Monday, man. I'm really hoping the Knicks come home and hold down MSG, hold down that fort on Monday, and go in there and get these cats the business, man. Because I really like what they playing out there, man. I like the way they playing ball out there. I think the Knicks is on it, and salute to the youngins, man. Getting them opportunities and they taking advantage of it. And what can I say about Deuce McBride? I think we spoke about that in the pregame the other day. We was like, we need Deuce McBride. I mean, not the other day, the past day in the game day show, we talked about we need the man quickly to come out there. Not a man quickly, Deuce McBride, I apologize. We need Deuce McBride to get out there and get an offense game to help affect his team. He definitely did it, man. His plus minus was awesome last night. He probably had the highest, Fournier had the highest plus minus, but McBride played a hell of a game last night, man. And I'm so happy for that young man, and I'm happy that Tom Thibodeau giving all these kids them got a chance to step up and prove their worth. And the way it looks right now, they're answering the bell. They're really answering the bell. So you got to be happy with that, man. For Quentin Grimes, 16 points. He was gunning it down last night. Quickly was getting down last night. Other than Mitchell Robinson, though, 8, 10, and 18. 8 offensive rebounds. Now you see why he's one of the high echelon of rebounding in the league, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He looked good as well last night. So overall, it was a good gutsy performance. And I got to give Tom Thibodeau. He coached that game, man. He really coached and messed up that game. And Sir Jericho sent that Mitchell Robinson, and Harkenstein. I mean, he coached and messed up that game last night. So salute to Tom Thibodeau on getting 100th win of the Knicks coach last night, but he also coached a hell of a game. His timeout patterns was good. He called timeouts at the right time. He didn't really contest none that didn't need to be contested, but Julius Randle opened the floor for us in the first quarter, and they carried on. And so salute to them, man. This is without R.J. Barrett and Obi Toppin, and Cam Reddish for whatever reason that may be. But good job by the Knicks last night, man. We still 6th in the Eastern Conference, looking pretty good right there. You're looking good right there, and we just got to keep persevering, keep winning these games, man. And we're definitely going to be that in that 6th seed high. I think we're going to be in that 6th, and it can go higher because with the way these other teams lose, like Philadelphia lost last night, Cleveland lost last night. Excuse me. So that we gained up a game on them, and they got 15 losses. We got 18, and they got some and we play these guys again coming around the corner. So let's hope that this team keep gelling, man, keep connecting, and keep winning. And that's what it's all about. It's about wins and losses. That's all really that matters to us, But right now, good game by the Knicks overall. Just a good game, gutsy performance in Toronto, looking to get revenge, and there was a big payback, man. And they really did it last night. Siakam shut them down. Really shut him down. You had 52 the other night, but you wasn't getting 52 tonight. The past night. So that was overall a good defensive effort on that side. And Mitchell Robinson, was dominant down there. They couldn't do nothing for him. Like we talked about in the pregame, they couldn't do nothing with him. They ain't got the size or the strength to match with Mitchell Robinson. And he was just, oh my goodness, 18 rebounds, man. Come on, 18 and 8 offensive rebounds. That's pretty impressive, man. Held in the 108. That was a good look. He had a lot to do with that. Harkenstein played well, and Jericho Simmons had some good moments. So overall, the team just played all good last night, man. Even though Jericho Simmons didn't score, He only had 1 rebound, but just his body was impressive. But Hartenstein had a good game. He only had 2 points. There's other things that he was doing: 1 block, 1 steal, 7 rebounds, and some clutch rebounds in a certain situation of the game. So overall, good performance. Can't be more happy about that, man. Let's move on to Milwaukee. But this was a good. Not only good, it was a great win for the Knicks. Let's keep it 100. It was a great win by the Knicks. It was a great win overall, and we needed that. So we can get this game Monday. Then I think we're gonna have to start. The people who were doubting the Knicks gonna have to kind of start giving them their flowers. Because after we won that 8 games in a row and take in 5 in a row, 3 years ago, that would have been 10 losses in a row. They stopped it, and not only did they stop the losing streak, they got it all back. If they win Monday, they get them 5 games, they get them back. But every game we lost in that 5-game losing streak, we got them all back. That's impressive. That's impressive, man. So salute to them, New Gats, man, for believing in themselves, and Tom Thibodeau and the coaching staff really put the game plan together for these guys to just continue. But yesterday was gritty, though. The New York City Gritty Committee was on full display last night. Them cats was in their bag, man. And obviously, even when Toronto made that run, it wasn't a big deal because I think maybe a couple of games ago, Milwaukee had Toronto down by like 16, 17, and they came back and made it happen. So you got to appreciate the effort that they put in last night on both sides of the floor. The 2 All-Stars played like All-Stars. Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson played like they worthy of All-Star. They are worthy of it. How many 12 forwards in the league playing better than Julius Randle, and how many point guards in the league playing better than Jalen Brunson? And I can't name 2 or 3 or 4 off the top of my head. That's what makes them worthy of being in that All-Star game, man. They are really and they team winning. On top of that, their team is winning. So that to me, that's what exemplifies why I think they should be All-Stars. They team winning and they having a good season. And I really think that's worthy of them cats really getting a lot of consideration for all you Knicks fans out there. Just go ahead and subscribe. I'm not subscribed, excuse me. Appreciate it, King Ribby, and subscribe to the channel as well and run them up with a thumbs up. But also make sure y'all vote our boys up in there. You know what I mean? Vote our boys up there. They deserve to be up in there. My man, salute to the chat. My man Darren was good. Darren was popping. King Ribby, my man, salute. P-Nice, Core Mega. Joey, everybody, Nick fan, let's go. I appreciate y'all up here on this Saturday, man. I know y'all can be out there doing your thing, but I appreciate y'all getting in here with the brother, holding it down for me and my man Shot Powers. Shot Powers out there handling the business, so Divine will hold it down for the night. We're gonna break into it, break down the stats and everything like that, and the grades. It was all good, man. Good win by the Knicks. I can't say it enough, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot say it enough. That was a really good win by the Knicks, a big win. That was a big win. So hopefully we can continue this train rolling down the track, and we owe Giannis them 1-2. We owe them 1-2. Yeah, real talk. Next man, great mind, think alike. I go right into the segment. He throw it in the chat. We got to beat Milwaukee, man. And I was just about to build on that right there. We got to go in there and let Giannis and them know that, you know what, we real, we legit. We not no wannabe 6 seed. The Knicks is a legitimate top 6 the way they play them. And you think about the game that we lost, like I said earlier in the week, we lost to Chicago by 1. And we blew 4 free throws, clutch free throws that would have sealed the game. We lost to Luka Doncic and them, and the only reason that we lost that game because we couldn't. And it happened. We couldn't secure a rebound to close the game out. So we didn't close out a couple of games, and that's a maturation where you learn. The 2 games I thought we truly had, which was the Chicago Bulls and the Dallas Mavericks, we didn't close the game out. We didn't play well. They beat us. We didn't close the game out. So if you take that into consideration, the Knicks are literally right now before 24-16, easy. So that's why the optimism reigns in the Knicks world. Excuse me. If you really look at everything in totality, the Knicks is in there, man. They playing good ball, so salute to them. And we just got to keep it going. Salute to the youngins. They going hard. They really going hard, man. I can't be more excited about that. And we're gonna get some highlights of the game yesterday in a few minutes. Let's just recap some of the highlights because there was some skill on display the other day. It really was, man. Like I said, my man McBride knocking down crucial threes. Not only did he knock them down, it was a crucial point in the game where Deuce McBride knocked down a couple of 3-pointers that kept the momentum in our favor. I think that was really a gut check for him. The fake to the right and brought it back and dropped the 3 right there with no hesitation. I thought that was really, really good from a young man like that who only been in the league 2 years, waiting to get his burn. He's starting to get his burn, but we said he needed to start getting together offensively, and sure enough, that's what he did. He came in, and it was only, listen, for him to drop 9 points, 3 for 5 from downtown, 3 for 5. So that was impressive. 3 for 6. He shot 50% from the floor. Deuce McBride last night, he shot over probably 57% from downtown, 3 for 5. And he had a plus 14 with 9 points. Salute to my young man, man. He really, like I said, that's something we wanted to see. We want to see him finally get a little offense rhythm. But them shots he knocked down yesterday was all timely good 3 for him. So salute to my man. Bryant, man. Like I said, these are the young guys. Him and Sims and Quentin Grimes, Manuel Quickly. These cats been in the league only 3 years. They've been in the league 3 years, and the good thing about it for Manuel Quickly, he been to the playoffs already. Even though it didn't work out the way he wanted to, that's one thing I love about Manuel Quickly and Obi them. The first year Tom Thibodeau got there, they was rookies. They got to the playoffs. So they got a taste of that. You know what I mean? What I'm hoping the Knicks, I think the Knicks probably gonna take that Manuel Quickly trade shit off the table. I think I don't know about trading this guy. We might get less some other shit, but I don't think they're gonna trade Manuel Quickly. I mean, his numbers is pretty awesome, man, on a winning team. But and if the Knicks don't make no trade, so be it. We go into the hopefully the playoffs with the team we got assembled. Obi Toppin get healthy, RJ Barrett get healthy, and this thing take off. What I do like about what Tibbs did, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to put this out there real quick, knowing that Evan Fournier was coming out of the summer playing on the FIBA thing with the France team, and like last year when he came out the gate real sluggish, Tibbs nipped that in the bud this year. Listen, you're a veteran. You came out the gate last year after playing in the FIBA or the championship game over there and overseas. And your game in the first half of the season was a slump. It was terrible. So I like what Tibbs did with Evan Fournier. Like, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to get your rest, get your legs back. And when I need you, I'm going to call on you. And he did it. And I wouldn't even to me right now, unless Cam Reddish is that because they truly believe they're going to trade him, he might get his spot in a few minutes. You never know. Cam Reddish might mess around and get it. He might need to sit on that bench and observe the game from afar. If that's not the case, then the only reason they're not playing him because they're going to trade him. That's the bottom line. But they got the next man up mentality. They've been doing pretty well with that, man. They really have. So salute to the Knicks last night for going out there in Toronto, being gritty, just being real gritty last night. I mean, that was one of the grittiest games I've seen all year long. Because, Toronto got the athleticism, they got the size, they got the skill. I'm talking about for their wing players. And we know that Van Vliet can do what he do. We know Siakam can do what he do. Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., who I love. I think that man is going to be, he's legit. I love to see him down here in the orange and blue. I wanted him before he even got to Toronto. But Gary Trent Jr., they got some good dudes down there, man. But for us to go up in Toronto, like I said, we played well on the road all year. So that was no surprise. We was going to play well. But to win the game was impressive to me, and I'm so happy that we really got to that 22 wins, going up in Toronto in a hostile environment and really spanking them. Really not spanking them. Excuse me for using the wrong word, but we kind of handled them for almost like a certain amount of corners, man. Because in the first quarter we beat them by 4. The second quarter we beat them by 6 points. They beat us in the fourth quarter, but we beat them when they counted in the fourth quarter. And we pulled out the victory. So I think you gotta be thrilled about that. And Cash Out, real talk, man. He was on locks last night. Juicy ran on them. And you know what? Because they try to play him at the 5, and I'm like, listen, he ain't gonna be able to deal with no Mitchell Robinson. I'm like, he nice, but he ain't gonna be able to mess with Mitchell Robinson down there. So I think that, to me, that's where Toronto kind of messed it up at. I know they want to go with some of their best players, but how you gonna put Pascal Siakam playing against Mitchell Robinson? Mitchell Robinson eat his strength alone, and height alone. Mitchell Robinson eat that boy bag all day, and it showed. It really did. So that's their mistake on Nick Nurse's side by putting Siakam at the 5 and thinking that you don't have no answer for Mitchell Robinson with that with a 6'9", 6'10", truly really is a small power forward, but he ain't but a $175 wet, and I think it showed last night. Salute to my man Almighty Finesse. What's good, brother? What's popping? Almighty, Cash Out, King Ribby, everybody in the chat, man, on this beautiful Saturday. Knicks Real Talk post-game show. We in here, man. Salute to my man Shop Out. He know we out there handling this business, so I'm gonna hold it down. But gutsy win last night, and what can we say, man? Let's look at some of the numbers from last night and what some of these Knicks did last night. From a stat standpoint, I think they played pretty well last night, man. They went out there and did what they had to do. And salute to a lot of guys out there who was really putting it in last night. If y'all look at it, and Julius Randle, 40 minutes, 10 of 22. He shot over 50% from downtown. Over 50%, 6 for 9 from the foul for the chatty stripe, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. He was a +2, but that was the best +2 I've ever seen. 32 points, 11 rebounds. He was in it. Mitchell Robinson, 35 minutes, shot 50% from the floor. He shot 50% from the chatty stripe. Better for him as well. But, man, listen, to 18 rebounds, 10 defense, 8 offense, 2 blocks. And he still was a -1. He scored 10 points. That's amazing. Jalen Brunson, 38 minutes, 9 for 19, shot 50% from downtown. Shot better at the chatty stripe last night. Salute to him. 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 26 points. That's all-star worthy right there. But these last 2 guys are the ones I want to get into. Emmanuel Quickly, 37 minutes, 4 for 8, shot 50% from the floor. He didn't shoot well from downtown, but, man, he only missed 1 free throw. That was awesome. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, +9, 13 points. Quentin Grimes, 36 minutes, 6 for 13, 4 for 10 from downtown. That means he's making an effort to shoot the ball from down there. That was decent for him. And 2 assists. I wouldn't see him rebound the ball a little more, but he didn't really get it popping on the defense side of the ball. Obviously, because he's playing out there on the wing a lot, and you do have Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle consuming a lot of rebounds, but he's pretty much on the perimeter. So you're not going to expect him to get too many rebounds. But he was a -19, but he had 16 points. Harkenstein had a good game overall. Only 2 points, but that wasn't the reason. He had 7 rebounds last night, 1 block, 1 steal, +5. He had played some good minutes last night. Even Jericho Sims had the +2. He only had 4 minutes. But McBride played one of the better games for me, and I think that's why he had probably the highest other than Ever Fournier ±. He had 21 minutes. He shot 50% from the floor, over 50% from downtown. He had a rebound. I want to see him get some assists and all that, but he was +14, and he had 9 points. Good game by me. McBride last night. Fournier killed as well. Fournier had 12 minutes, 2 for 4 from the field. He didn't shoot well from downtown, but he did contribute 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was a +23. So salute to Evan Fournier, man, for coming off the bench, being ready to come in here and get a popping for the New York Knicks, man. And I think he really did that. So you're a professional. When your time is called, when your number is called, get out there and play like a professional. Because they're paying you a salary, you go out there and work for your salary, no matter what happens. And I think he did that. He's been doing it the last couple of games. So good win by the Knicks overall. Can't say enough about the squad, man. They came to play last night. And they prevailed. They prevailed with a victory, man. So that was a good loss. We had some key losses in the Eastern Conference last night. Excuse me, that kept us where we at 6, tied with the Indiana Pacers. I apologize. They right there with us too, man. We got them cats coming up next week, so that's a big game for us too. When we got Indiana, we got Milwaukee. Then I think we got Indiana, big game for us. But man, we can get that game Monday night. Get back to in the last 10 games, 6-4, because we capitalized off that 5-game losing streak. We brought back 5 back. It's a good look for the New York Knicks, man. That's resiliency. That's gritty. That's definitely resilient. Because any other year we would have just taken them. We would have fell and went along and just fell to the lower echelon of the Eastern Conference. But this year we like, listen, we know we better than what people give us credit for. We ain't no subpar team. Subpar mean you in the middle, man. We above that. Ain't nothing sub about the Knicks. The Knicks is not a sub anything. They 22 and 18. They ain't subpar. That's above par. So forget what all the other naysayers out there talk about the Knicks. I know them cats are playing good basketball in New York City. And so we got to keep the Metropolitan popping. We just got to keep it popping, man. The Metropolitan got it popping. Knicks got it popping right now. Let's hope they can continue to move on through the season and get better at what they do. And I think they will. I think they will prevail I'm pretty confident that they're going to go out there and get it popping sooner for the rest of the way. I think this team is locked in. I think we will be in that playoff. Ain't no playing with the Knicks. I didn't think it was anyway. A lot of people talk about the play. I didn't think they were the playing when we came into the season. Cats ain't no playing. I mean, they just got you got a good coach, you got good talent, you got a deep team, and so I didn't never think that was going to happen anyway. But hopefully, if the Knicks win to Monday, 23 and 18, so you looking pretty good with the projection number as far as that's to me that's like 46 and 36 or something of that nature. So I mean 40, you in a good spot. The Knicks are gonna be in a pretty good spot, man. And to be in this playoff contention. Let's see how it goes. So I'm happy about it. But other than that, man, great win, man. I just had to come here tonight and share my thoughts with everybody and the Knicks fan base to make sure that Knicks will talk us in the building tonight and hit that like and subscribe button, man, and run them up with a thumbs up. But we got the regulars in here, man. If you watch it from afar, this is the place to be right here. It's hyperbole, no straight facts. We keep it 100 up in MSG, man. But we're not trying to be too commercial. We're just trying to give it to the fan base. The fan base come in all shapes, sizes, forms, the cultures, whatever. Everybody represents the orange and blue. We stay true to it. So that's why Knicks will talk us in the building tonight, man. But it's fun, man. It's fun being a Knicks fan right now. There's nothing really to be too negative about the Knicks right now. They're playing good ball. You can't really say too much. The numbers don't lie. None of the numbers lie. That's without RJ Barrett or Obi Toppin. So the numbers don't lie. We're a resilient team, and credit to the Tom Thibodeau, the front office, and everything for in the last 2 years we've been to the playoffs. Prior to that, well, if we get there this year, despite injuries last year to some key players, we still would have made the playoffs. But and to come back this year and get to the playoffs, for much as we hate on Tom Thibodeau, 3 years he's been here, 2 years we in the playoffs. The only reason he didn't make it last year was because of injuries. You know what I mean? And so you got to, much as we hate some of his coaching style, he's an old school coach. And a lot of guys, like I'm an old school guy myself, y'all know me, but I also understand what the future and what the present is about. But Tom Thibodeau's an old school coach, man. Attention to detail. If you don't go hard, you don't play. Ain't no favoritism. It ain't none of that stuff. Man. He just going out there coaching the way he know how to coach. And, he's been successful about it. Granted, he haven't won a championship, but he had got his teams beat there. And he had, so I got to give him the flowers, man. Salute to Tom Thibodeau and for really believing he got. Now we all see why he believed in Julius Randle. Even when we wanted to run him out of New York and run Julius Randle out of New York, Tom Thibodeau said, "You kidding? This cat got skills." Tom Thibodeau said, "It ain't no feelings and emotions." He's like, Julius Randle got skills, and I'm going to bring it out of him. Tom Thibodeau came to New York, got Julius Randle to play a certain way. First year he got here, Julius Randle goes most improved player, all-star. Knicks go to the playoffs. That was Tom Thibodeau. That wasn't nobody else. It wasn't David Fizdale. It wasn't Jeff Hornacek. It wasn't Derek Fisher. It wasn't Mike Miller, which I like Mike Miller. No, this is Tom Thibodeau. You can't even put them cats in this category. And I really think that he really had a big impact on this organization the last 3 years, man. And I know sometimes we get disgusted earlier the way he was doing it, but he know better than us. He around these players in the practice. He around these players in the gym. He see what they do when we don't see what they do. So if we feel like this cat not worthy of minutes, then maybe I'm not going to play him. And he lives by that. And I respect him for that. I don't get the Cam Reddish thing because I think that I don't have nothing to do with no. He don't like him. He blah blah blah. I think that's because the Knicks about to trade him. That's the only reason he's not playing. The only reason Cam Reddish is not playing because I think the Knicks going to trade him. It ain't because Tom Thibodeau don't like him. The Knicks just don't want to risk that. He's situational for now. Obi was situational when he got back, but it'll all change. Next man up, and I'm liking what we're doing, man. But listen, man, let's ride this Nick wave for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's ride a Nick wave for a minute because they are playing good basketball, and I think that's credit. Yes, indeed. Cash I said Divine off topic, but I want to try to beat the Eagles. I do, man, but I think they're gonna coast Cash out. I think they realize no need to try to get Daniel Jones hurt. No reason to try even jeopardize Quan Barkley getting hurt because they already in the playoffs. So I think it don't matter. I would like them to be the two, man. I'm gonna tell you what's bad about it, Cash out. My wife was a Philadelphia. She's a Philly fan. My brother's a Philly fan, and I'm a Giant fan. So, but I Cash out. I think we're not going to see them cats. Now, I can understand it. Rest them, man. I think the Giants are going to upset some people. I think the Giants is going into the playoff to upset some people. And I got a feeling, I don't know with the 49ers, I don't know with the Vikings. And with last time we played the Vikings, the only time the reason why they beat us was on a long field goal. So I think we good, Cash out. But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with David was doing was about not starting Daniel Jones. No need to fuck around the first play of the game. Somebody come around the end, hit Daniel Jones and hurt him. He can't even be in the playoffs. It's not even worth it when we already made it. So let's hope that he get it popping, man. Superman Cash out and represent the Giants. And you know how we love them dudes. Yeah, yes indeed. But yeah, you're right. New York, Memphis. Let's see how far you go. Man. A lot of coaches go deep with talent. You know what I mean? And you even look at when Derrick Rose and Tom Thibodeau had Derrick Rose, it was Derrick Rose and everybody else. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to have that second, third player. So even when Tom Thibodeau went to the Western Conference Final, they lost to LeBron. But look who they had. The Chicago had Derrick Rose. Miami had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and blah, blah, blah. And, and that's the reason why Carmelo Anthony, prime example. Carmelo had Carmelo Anthony. He didn't have Carmelo Anthony, another superstar, or he had Carmelo Anthony and Mari Stoudemire, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's why it's important that talent wins. And even in our situation right now, just to get back to the New York Knicks, Julius Randle is playing phenomenal ball, and Jalen Brunson is playing phenomenal ball. So let's just say another talented player coming here. And with R.J. Barrett, the Knicks is just one really, really A1 dude that can take them to the championship. I think the way they're playing right now, you see where they at. Can you imagine if they got another 1A dude, make Julius Randle, or playing the way he playing a 1B, and Jalen Brunson or whatever, 1C? I don't know. I wouldn't even put him in the C category, but I do think the Knicks is really on to something, and let's hope that we keep this thing going, man. The Metropolitan in general, but as far as the Knicks is concerned, man, they are playing it, man. So let's get some highlights last night right quick, and we get into it, man. Let's show some highlights from last night. Because the Knicks was definitely in their bag last night, and you can't say too much about that. Let's do it. Yeah, here we go, guys, ladies. So this is a highlight from last night's game. New York Knicks and Toronto Raptors. It was in the building killing it last night. Let's see if we can kill it over here on Knicks Real Talk and get it going, man. Here we go. Highlights brought to you by us. That's what it was. The highlight from last night was impressive. Knicks was in their bag last night. They was killing it. Let's hope they can keep this thing going, man. I'm really excited about what we got going on going to the second half of the season. We've did almost 40 games now. So the game Monday to put us at the halfway point of the season. Knicks over 500. We haven't did that since 2013. So it was a really, really good look by the Knicks last night to go out there in Toronto and at the team who beat you 113-106 to go back up in the other night and beat them guys, man, was impressive. So salute to the Knicks, man, for going hard and staying gritty last night and fighting and competing and all that good stuff. They went out there and did their thing, man. Like I said, overall, our two top players on the game on the floor last night, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle had it popping. The supporting cast had it popping. It was just a good look all over. Them cats was in their bag last night, man. So let's see if we can continue this thing going, man. Salute to the chat, man. Run them up with the thumbs up. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it in the building. Post game tonight. The company that shares thoughts with the ladies and gentlemen that's in the place to be. I know you could be out there out where you at, man, out there having a good time, but you came in the building to represent, hold it down for Knicks Real Talk. I appreciate all you guys, ladies and gents, Real Talk. But what we got moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we got Monday, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. Big game. They just took a shellacking from the Charlotte Hornets. They're going to look to kind of to try to get back in their zone, and so we can't take them for granted. We never do because they are the creme de la creme of the Eastern Conference and the NBA. They're sitting out there right now, second or third, because the Nets is on a good run. So they top 3 in the East, and we top 6 in the East. So we just got to go out there and let them know that we real. That game last night to me let people know that the Knicks is for real. They are for real. They are legitimately for real. To go in Toronto and beat them cats last night, and even when things start going south, the resiliency, the grittiness of that team last night. Say, you know what, you cats I know you're gonna get back in the game because that's just the NBA. But you know what, you ain't gonna beat us. Jalen Brunson, the closer. It was awesome. Emmanuel quickly hit a clutch shot. All these guys hit clutch shots. So salute to the Knicks, man, for going in and playing hard last night. And let's hope that we can continue this maturation, man, and get through the season the best way we can and get in them playoffs. A lot of teams going backwards, we going forward. So I think we should be all right moving forward, man. I can't say enough. But what you guys think, man? What's your gut feelings on this, man? The Knicks playoff worthy or they're playing worthy? The chat, let me know what y'all thinking. Do y'all think the Knicks is playoff bound or they're playing bound or they're not going to make it? I had a playoff bound from the beginning of the season, and that's not going to waver. So do you guys think that this team presently constructed is still a playoff team, man? And I think they on to something. They're playing good ball. So, and for me, I guess what sealed it for me was Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson sealed this whole thing for me. When the Knicks acquired Jalen Brunson, I was like, no pun intended, this ain't Alex Burks. This ain't Kemba Walker. This ain't McBride this rookie year. This is a bona fide point guard who know how to run a team like a quarterback. And he showed and proved that by doing what he did last year in the playoffs by getting the Dallas Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals. I was like, man, this cat got game. You know what I mean? So but once he came aboard, I knew we was on to something. Because I knew Randall could do what he do. I seen RJ's maturation moving forward from 14 in the first rookie year, 17 the next year, 20 that year. Last year had a chance to start getting popping. So I knew that we had 3 guys that really could play consistent basketball in and out, night in and night out. Though RJ Barrett shooting wasn't consistent, but his scoring stayed consistent. So I think it's going to be a good look for the New York Knicks, man, moving forward. Whether we're going to make a trade or not, bring somebody in to bolster the team, or we think that we got enough to get to the playoffs. This is not about a championship. This is just about the Knicks getting to the playoffs, letting people know that we on the way. Granted, we wasn't projected to win nothing this year, but the Knicks to get to the playoffs this year, that's letting a lot of people know that the New York Knicks organization is back. They literally back because 2 years out of the last 3 years, we've been in the playoffs. And prior to the last 10 years, we wasn't even in the playoffs. So, it lets people know that this organization is headed in the right direction. And I think this would be awesome if we get to the playoffs, maybe get out the first round this year, or go real hard and deep against a team. But if we can get in there and get out of the first round, upset somebody, and we play well, I'm confident about that because we play well on the road. That was a playoff atmosphere last night. That was a playoff atmosphere in Toronto last night, and the Knicks went up there in a playoff atmosphere and won the game. They're good on the road, so that means even if you make the playoffs, if you need to steal one on the road, you capable of doing it because you've been a good road team. So I think that pays dividends for the Knicks in the long haul. If this thing keep going the way it's going, we wind up in the playoffs, don't have to get in the play-in. But I think this team gonna be ready to go, man. It just get better with time. So I'm really happy about what they did tonight. I'm happy about what they did last night. and they prevailed. That's all we can ask for. 26-14 in the Eastern Conference, sitting at the 6th seed. When a lot of people didn't have us 37 wins. I'm like, if you're watching the same basketball that I'm watching, for the last couple of years, this team is good, man. It's a good team, and it's a good team. And even though we went through our peaks and valleys, injuries and everything like that, we still able to be 4 games over 500 with Jalen Brunson, RJ, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, all missing time this year. Crucial times in the season, may I add, but we still 4 games over 500. This is definitely the 2020-21 Knicks. You could compare it to that team. I think this team is a little bit more talented because Albert Payton ain't Jalen Brunson. So I think that makes a big difference. And I like Albert Payton for what he brought to the team, but he ain't Jalen Brunson. And you look at RJ, he ain't the RJ Barrett of his rookie season or his second year, because he done got more mature and got more wiser. And Reggie Bullock, he definitely ain't. He's like Quentin Grimes. But I think Quentin Grimes got more to his game because he can break the defense down, get to the floor. With Reggie Bullock, he was shooting threes. But at least my man Quentin Grimes, 3-and-D, he can break it down the defense. He can get in the lane. He's a good passer, whereas Reggie Bullock wasn't none of that. So I think this team is way better in 2020-21. You know what I mean? Mitchell Robinson, 2 more years after that, he more mature, more stronger. He undeveloped and all that, and we got a good young nucleus around him. So I do think this team is better than 2020-21, and that's why my expectations rose a little bit more because of Jalen Brunson. We haven't had nothing like this in New York since Derrick Rose first came here in 2018 that year, which he put up 18 points a game with him and Porzingis and Melo. But prior to him, you got to go all the way back to Jason Kidd just running the shit for that year with Mike Buster had it popping. So overall, I think this team is definitely more talented, more mature, more aged, more seasoned. So let's see if they can take this thing and carry it on into the playoffs. Only reason I would, I mean, obviously, cash out. LaMelo Ball is a real deal. Young, but we yet to see him in the playoffs, though. You know what I mean? But I think moving forward, I mean, LaMelo Ball is LaMelo Ball. It's hard to cash out from an experience standpoint, from talent. Man, Jalen Brunson is killing it, though. So that's a good question to cash out. That's a hard one to decipher, man. Because I might got a little bit of homerism because of Jalen Brunson and what he did as a winner in the playoffs. Like I said, Jalen Brunson, and he on a friendly contract, but LaMelo Ball is the future. No question about it. So he got the size, skill, but could Melo do what Jalen Brunson do at a certain time in the game? If you take away one thing, if you take away the fast break and the jump shot, can he affect the game in the half court? Well, that's what I love about Jalen Brunson. He can get in a transition. He can get it in the half court. He can shoot the 3. I mean, he just all, but Melo Ball is legit, though. So that's a good one, cash out. I had to be a homer on this one right now because of the way the Knicks are presently constructed. I definitely got to go Jalen Brunson, but Melo Ball is an up-and-coming star. So, I mean, I probably had to be wrong on one side and be right on the other side. But I'm 50-50 on that, man. I like Jalen Brunson's game. He can handle New York. He got the culture in him. He got the pedigree in him. Dad played for the 1999 Knicks on that championship run. New Brunswick, New Jersey, Villanova. It's hard, man. It's so hard. That's a good question, Cash. I appreciate that. Salute to my man Shine. Shine, what's popping? What's going on with you, my man? I appreciate you coming in tonight. And everybody who out there, man, on a Saturday. We know it's all about getting out there on a Saturday night and having some fun at the hard work week. But I appreciate y'all getting here with me, though. And the salute to my man Shot Powell, KJ, and all these cats, man, they out there handling their business. But it's been good, man. It's been good so far. Fun season. Over 500. I'm not going to complain about anything. We just got to keep moving forward and hope that these cats can reach where they want to go. And I think this they on the right trajectory. But that's what it is. Yeah, Cash. He is the real deal, brother. If you want to see I like his size too. I like his length. I like his length. I really do, man. He come from a background of basketball. That would make him so nice. But he definitely got skills, man. So yeah, man. I just want to get in a minute tonight, man. And get in here with the family, with the crew, and with the chat and everybody, man. So you guys, and just kind of reading what happened last night. The Knicks went out there and played some good ball last night, man. They played some phenomenal basketball, and we knew we knew Toronto on their home court would have a chance to get back in the game. No, I wasn't expecting a blowout because we knew they're going to make a run. Because basketball is a game of runs, and they made their little run. But what's most important was the resiliency, not to let them overtake their lead and beat us. That was the most important thing to me last night. Was it wasn't about Toronto's run. Toronto going to make a run. Like I said, they were down against Milwaukee with 3 minutes or something like that, and literally came back on them cats. So, you can't expect them to be down to so many points on the Knicks with two minutes. They're gonna make a run. They got talented players down there. But it was the resiliency for the Knicks that really impressed me last night. They stayed in that thing all the way through. God made timely shots, made timely stops, things of that nature. And it really propelled us to a victory. Jalen Brunson, first half, everybody thought Van Vliet was giving a little bit of the bill. Like, nah, don't trip. The cat gonna get a pot, and next thing you know, the cat come out in the second half in that fourth quarter and seal a deal. So that was overall a good thing. Julius Randle, salute to you for going hard the way you've been going, staying consistent all year. Even when we were missing good quality players, Julius Randle stepped up big time, and that means a lot. So let's hope that he keep cooking the way he cooking, and him and Jalen Brunson, when RJ get back, make it a little bit more stronger. And let's not get it twisted, everybody. RJ Barrett was 20 points a game before he went down. I know grind. I know people like the way Quickly is playing, but RJ Barrett is still one of that dude. And when he get back, we're gonna be even better. Now we got more firepower in there. But overall, salute to Manuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes and McBride and them. Harkenstein have been stepping up for us, man, big time. They was all in the plus last night. That was interesting about it. Well, a lot of our starting lineup was in the negative last night. That whole bench was in the plus. They played good ball last night. And even though our starting lineup played some good ball, but that bench played some pretty good ball last night. So salute to them guys coming in, man, holding it down last night and all that good stuff. And we looking forward to Monday. I'm looking forward to Monday when I get in here and Monday, man, with the game day show and see if we can go down there and hold Giannis them to an average game and beat the Cats, man. We beat Giannis them on Monday, 23 and 18, 5 games over. That'll be pretty awesome for New York Knicks, man. But great job overall, man, this year, just being resilient through all the peaks and valleys, the ups and downs, the injuries, getting a rhythm, things of that nature. And they still sitting there at 6th in the Eastern Conference. I think that's pretty awesome, man. I think a lot of our Knicks fans, we should be really, really happy about what these Cats have done through all the adversity and everything that they've been going through. Like I said, you look at it where they're at right now. Celtics is 27-12. We got the Nets 26-13. Bucks 25-14. We played on Monday, but here's the caveat: Cavaliers got 15 losses. The Sixers got 15 losses. They due to a win. They got a pretty tough schedule coming up. Son God, we sit right there 22-18. We know we easily could be better than that. We would have lost a couple of games. So. Jet for life, what's good, Papa, my man? Salute Jet for life. Appreciate you getting in, brother. Holla at your boy, man. Thank you. But if we look at the Pacers, they playing good. The Heat, they playing good. They got tough games coming up. So we right there, man. We right there. One of the better records in the conference at 13-9. The only one, only people got a better conference record than us is pretty much, the Celtics, 15-8. Brooklyn 19-7, then you go to Cleveland, and then it's us, 13-9. You know what I mean? So we've been playing pretty good at home. Our away record has been pretty awesome. 12-8. That was a good win last night. 4 in a row. We 500 at the Mecca. We got to get that going. But other than that, man, you look at the numbers across the board for the Knicks. They've been pretty consistent all year, man. So I'm happy with the way they're playing, man. Real talk. But listen, I just want to get in tonight, man. And get it popping with you guys, man, and share some of this content with you guys and everything like that. We definitely on a roll. We're looking pretty good right now, and I think we just got to maintain and keep doing what we're doing. And if we do that, I think we're gonna be all right. We got some formidable games coming up in the next couple of days. The schedule in the next 2 weeks is brutal. When I say brutal, it's brutal. So we got to hopefully we can do that, man. We got obviously we got the Bucks on Monday. Then we got the Pacers at the Garden, but we're going to roll for the Wizards and the Pistons. I'm confident in them 2 games. I granted Bradley Beal he's out right now. Poor thing is he playing good ball this year, but I think he missed a couple of games. So them some good games for us, man, coming for us. I'm hoping that we can win that game with Milwaukee and get the Pacers at the Garden because they right there with us, and get the Wizards and Washington and go down to Detroit and beat the Pistons. Then we back home against the Raptors and the Wizards. The Knicks can really build on this thing in the next 6-7 games, man. They are winnable games for sure. They are winnable games, and obviously we got to go down to Atlanta and back to Toronto. But if you can capitalize off that Bucks game, the Pacers game, the Wizards game, and the Pistons game, then you see how it happens with the other 2 games. You still wind up 4-2. So that puts us at like 26-20. You gain 2 games, man. I think that's where we got to go, man. And then from there we carry on with the Cavaliers at the Garden. We go see the Celtics. We in Brooklyn against the Nets, and obviously we got the Lakers coming to the Garden, and we got the Heat coming to the Garden. We got the Clippers coming to the Garden. We got the Sixers coming to the Garden. The Knicks can really, if they own their game, they can make a lot of noise right now, man. So let's hope they can do that, and they get on this good streak, man, and be over 500 in the next 10, 15 games, and then solidify us for pretty much being in what we're going to be at, man. And let's see how it goes. So I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, and it is what it is, man. But listen, I'm going to get out of here. I just want to get in here with the family, get in here bring the post game down, man. Like I said, the Knicks won 112-108. Gutsy, gritty performance by the team overall. And we'll see you guys on Monday, pregame, 6:00. Knicks and Milwaukee Bucks at the world famous arena. We get here and get it popping, man. Listen, you guys be safe out there. Enjoy your night. Appreciate y'all getting in with me, man. I just want to get in and holler at my peoples, man. And enjoy this post game with the fan, man. Because we really put out a gritty performance last night. So salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Shot Powers was popping. I see you later, my brother, and everybody in the chat, man. Peace. I see you cats on the rebound, man. Salute.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talks the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knick shit, dripping in Knick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. And my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we afraid the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.